पुराण की जय, शील प्रभुपाद की जय। We are reading from Srimad Bhagavatam, Canto 5, Chapter 1, 20 and 21. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Narayanam Namaskritya Naram Chaiva Narottamam Devim Saraswatim Vyasam Tato Jayamudiraye Nashtaprayesha Bhadreshu Nityam Bhagavata Sevaya Bhagavati Uttama Shloke Bhaktir Bhavati Naishtiki Krishnaya Vasudevaya Devaki Nandanaya Cha Nandagopakumaraya Govindaya Namo Namaha. Shri Shuko Vacha Iti Samabhito Mahabhagavato Bhagavatas Tribhuvana Guror Anushasanam Atmano Lagutaya Vanata Shirodharo Bhadam Iti Sabhumanam Uvaha Iti Samabhito Mahabhagavato Bhagavatas Tribhuvana Guror Anushasanam Atmano Lagutaya Vanata Shirodharo Bhadam Iti Sabhumanam Uvaha. Shri Shukovacha Iti Samabhito Mahabhagavato Bhagavatas Tribhuvana Guror Anushasanam Atmano Lagutaya Vanata Shirodharo Bhadam Iti Sabhumanam Uvaha. Iti Shukovacha Iti Samabhito Mahabhagavato Bhagavatas Tribhuvana Guror Anushasanam Atmano Lagutaya Vanata Shirodharo Bhadam Iti Sabhumanam Uvaha. Shri Shukovacha Iti Samabhito Mahabhagavato Bhagavatas Tribhuvana Guror Anushasanam Atmano Lagutaya Vanata Shirodharo Bhadam Iti Sabhumanam Uvaha. Shri Shukovacha, Shri Shukadev Goswami said, Iti, thus, Samabhitaha, completely instructed, Mahabhagavataha, the great devotee, Bhagavataha, of the most powerful Lord Brahma, Tribhuvana, of the three worlds, Guroho, the spiritual master, Anushasanam, the order, Atmanaha, of himself, Laghutaya, because of inferiority, Avanata, bowed down, Shirodharaha, his head. Badam, yes sir. Iti, thus. Sabhumanam, with great respect. Uvaha, carried out. Translation and purport by His Divine Grace A.C. Bhaktivedanta Swami Srila Prabhupada Ki Jai. Sri Sukadeva Goswami continued. After thus being fully instructed by Lord Brahma, who is the spiritual master of the three worlds, Priyavrata, his own position being inferior, offered obeisances, accepted the order and carried it out with great respect. Purport. Sri Priyavrata was the grandson of Lord Brahma. Therefore, according to social etiquette, his position was inferior. It is the duty of the inferior to carry out the order of the superior with great respect. Priyavrata therefore immediately said, "Yes, sir, I shall carry out your order." Priyavrata is described as a Mahabhagavata, a great devotee. The duty of a great devotee is to carry out the order of the spiritual master or the spiritual master of the spiritual master in the Parampara system. As described in Bhagavad Gita, Evam Parampara Praptam. One has to receive the instructions of the Supreme Lord through the disciplic chain of spiritual masters. A devotee of the Lord always considers himself a servant of the servant of the servant of the Lord. Chaitanya Charitamrita Madhya Leela 13.80. Om Jnanatimirandhasya Jnananjanashalakya Chakshurunmiritam Yena Tasmai Shri Gurave Namaha. Sri Chaitanya Manobhishtam Sthapitam Yena Bhutale Swayam Rupakada Mahyam Dadati Swapadantikam Vandeham Shri Guru Shri Utapadakammalam Shri Gurun Vaishnavamshcha Shri Rupam Sagrajatam Sahagana Raghunatanvitam Tam Sarivam Sadvaitam Savadutam Parijana Sahitam Krishna Chaitanya Devam Shri Radha Krishna Padan Sahagana Lalita Shri Vishakhanvitamshcha Namo Om Vishnupadaya Krishna Paristhaya Bhutale Srimate Bhakti Vedanta Swami Niti Namane Namaste Saraswate Deve Gauravani Pacharane Nirvishesha Shunyavadi Paschatya Deshatarane Namo Mahavadanyaya Krishna Prema Padayate Krishnaya Krishna Chaitanya Namane Gauratyase Namaha He Krishna Karuna Sindho Deenabandho Jagatpate Gopesha Gopika Kanta Radha Kanta Namostade Tapta Kanchana Gaurangi Radhe Vandavaneshwari Vrishabhanu Sute Devi Pranamami Haripriye Vancha Kalpatarubhyashta Kripa Sindhubhya Evacha Patitanam Pavanebhyo Vaishnavebhyo Namo Namaha Jai Sri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhar Shivasadi Gaura Bhakta Vrinda Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare Hare Mukam Karati Vachadam Pangum Langeti Girim Yat Prabhatamaham Vande Shri Guru Dinataranam. Hare Krishna. Welcome everybody to the morning Srimad Bhagavatam class. Today we are discussing this chapter entitled The Activities of Priyavrata Maharaj from 5th canto, 1st chapter. So here we saw how Lord Brahma came to instruct Priyavrata Maharaj to take up the responsibility of the kingdom. And Priyavrata Maharaj, in this verse, he is responding with a reply, "Yes, sir, I will execute your order." After this being fully instructed by Lord Brahma, who is the spiritual master of the three worlds, Priyavrata, his own position being inferior, offered obeisances, accepted the order and carried it out with great respect. So here the relationship between a superior and a follower, the inferior, is being nicely described. The superior, out of compassion, should give instructions to the juniors, and the junior, with great respect, without any hesitation or grudge, should follow the order of the superior. In this case, the superior is Brahma, the Supreme Personality of servant of the Supreme Personality of Godhead, with the first created being, a pure devotee, a Mahajana. So he is giving order to Privarta Maharaj, and Privarta Maharaj accepted the order without any hesitation. Similarly, when we also receive any order, we should also accept it. That's the lesson we can learn from here. So the superior, if he gives any instruction, actually it is the will of the Lord coming through the superior, isn't it? So when Guru gives order, the Guru has no other agenda than pleasing the Supreme Personality of Godhead. So when Guru is giving that order, it means the Supreme Lord is giving that order through him. So that's why one should consider the order of the spiritual master as one's life and soul. It can be even a simple order, get me some water. That is a simple order. One should get some water. Prabhupada said, so one disciple, when Guru asked, give me water, he brought milk. He felt that no, milk is better than water. It is more nourishing. But is it pleasing to Guru? No, the Guru was thirsty, he asked for water. Thirst cannot be quenched by any other food. You need water. So when Guru says, get me water, one should get water. So that's the meaning of following the spiritual master. So one should follow the spiritual master to please the spiritual master. So here Priyavrata is following Brahmaji to please Brahmaji. Because satisfaction of the self-realized spiritual master is the secret of success in Krishna consciousness. Right? This is a very simple formula given by Srila Prabhupada in Bhagavad Gita. One should satisfy the self-realized spiritual master. And by doing this one thing, he will attain all perfection. Yasya prasadad Bhagavad Prasado. Shri Shri Lakshmi Narasimha Bhagavan ki jai. So, one should satisfy the self-realized spiritual master. So that is the secret of success, of advancement in Krishna consciousness. Now it's easy to say, but when you say see practically, because of our conditioned nature, when any instruction comes, there may be some resistance to follow that instruction, isn't it? It is not the fault of the person giving instruction, it is our fault to follow the instruction. There is some resistance. Why? Because of many reasons which can be analyzed. Why that resistance is there to follow the order of the spiritual master. One thing is because of our own ego, our own ahankara acts as a resistance. I will do only this service, I will not do other service. I like this, I don't like that. Right? That is inferior service, this is superior service. So in this way there can be my own opinions and my own false ego which prevents me from fully executing the order of this Guru Maharaj. But in the case of spiritual life, there is nothing called inferior, nothing called superior. Isn't it? Everything is absolute. In service of Krishna, toilet cleaning is equal to preaching, is equal to deity worship, is equal to cooking, is equal to offering. Because everything is meant for pleasing the Supreme Lord. Whatever we do is actually meant for the pleasure of the Lord, so there is nothing inferior, nothing superior, everything is one. But our material false ego considers toilet cleaning is inferior, preaching is superior service, or doing deity worship is superior service, doing jhadu pocha is inferior service. ऐसे मन बोलता है. But actually, from Krishna's point of view, everything is absolute. Everything is one. Krishna sees the attitude with which one is doing that service, isn't it? That's what Krishna is looking for. What is your attitude of doing that service? In Chaitanya Leela, there was one lady who was doing background service. So in Mahaprakash Leela, Lord Chaitanya said, right, get me water. Then devotees started getting water from Ganga, and Lord started drinking, and then devotees started bathing Lord with that water. And hundreds of pots of water was being brought. And one lady was bringing water from Ganges, keeping it at a distance, and devotees will pick up, take it to Lord and offer the Lord the water. So there are many devotees very close to the Lord, receiving close association, and Lord is receiving their service. But this devotee is lady is doing service in the background, not noticed by anybody. Hardly one or two people knew that she is getting water. But after the whole episode was over, the Lord was giving blessings to everyone. And then Lord said, call that lady Dukhi. Her name is Dukhi. Call her. I want to give her mercy. Lord recognized. Nobody was seeing, but Lord was seeing. Lord was noticing. So Lord notices even little bit of service which we do with great attention and service attitude. So attitude of service matters more than the service itself. Two people may be doing service. One may be doing service with putting all his heart and soul into that service, and another devotee may be doing service just for the sake of doing. Right? But the devotee who is putting his heart into that service is pleasing the Lord and pleasing the devotees also. But one who is doing mechanically, he is not pleasing the Lord. Like one devotee told me, Prabhuji, the center where I am staying, this cook devotee, he just makes it and doesn't even taste it, he just goes somewhere else. In one center he is staying. ऐसे खाना बनाते हैं, टेस्ट भी नहीं करते हैं, चले जाता है ना. And when we start eating that water rice sambar, it is so tasteless. Because it is not made with attention, with love and care. So anything which is made with love and care even satisfies us also when we eat, isn't it? And more so to the Lord. So one should put one's heart and soul in doing one's service, not do mechanically. And not do it just for the sake of doing it. पूरी सेवा हो गया, ऐसा नहीं करना चाहिए. सेवा अगर लेंगे तो पूरा end to end, we want to take responsibility and do that service. So taking that kind of responsibility is more pleasing to Guru and Krishna, isn't it? So you know the story of Guru and the disciple who were on a journey. Guru was sitting on horse cart, and then Guru was telling the disciple. So Guru and disciple both were sitting and going, and then something fell from the horse cart. And then Guru said, pick it up. Yes sir, I'll pick it up. He picked up. And after some time, another item fell. Again he picked up. Guru told, pick up. And then he picked up. And then Guru said, why are you not picking up? So you tell, I will do it. No. Guru's disciple said, tell me what are items I should pick up when it falls. Then Guru said, everything, whatever is there, you should pick up. Or if something falls, pick up, because they are very valuable. And after going some time, I think big bump came, and Guru somehow slipped and fell down. The disciple saw and he continued the journey because he was not in the list. So what kind of disciple is this? No? Third class disciple. Everything has to be spoon-fed. A disciple also should have some intelligence to execute the instruction of spiritual master. One should know the heart of the spiritual master, and whatever Guru tells, one should try to execute with intelligence, not just do mechanically. This devotee was doing mechanical service. जो बोला सो किया, बोला किया. वो बुद्धि नहीं लगा रहा था. He was not using his heart. He was not understanding that all these items are belonging to Guru. It's meant for his service. So he was doing activities mechanically, not realizing for whose pleasure I am doing this service. So when you do something, we should understand, I am doing this for the pleasure of Guru and Krishna. If with my service, Guru and Krishna are pleased, then my life is successful. My endeavor is successful. That should be the background consciousness when you are doing any service. It can be small or big. Whether with my activities and service, my Guru is being pleased. If he is not pleased, then what is the use? Yesterday's Guru Purnima, I was listening to that one, Bhajan by Shankaracharya, Tatakim, right? Shankaracharya is questioning that you may be beautiful, you may be rich, but if you don't have attachment to the lotus feet of Guru, what is the use? Similarly, if you do a lot of service, but if Guru is not pleased, then what is the use? So the purpose of our existence is to please Guru Maharaj. So I was hearing a lecture of Prabhupada yesterday. Prabhupada was telling, one devotee asked a question, how should we serve? How should we do our service to Guru? And Prabhupada said, first of all one should ask, how shall I serve you? Prabhupada is telling that when you meet your Guru, one should ask, Guru Maharaj, how should I serve you? How can I please you? Then Guru will say, okay, do this, it will please me. Then one should execute the order of the Guru Maharaj. That you can see from Prabhupada's life also. Whenever Prabhupada went to meet his Guru Maharaj, Bhakti Siddhanta Saraswati Thakur, what was the question he was asking? How can I serve you? Whenever he met, he asked this only, how can I serve you? When he met him in Radhakund, he was asking, how can I serve you? Whenever you get money, print books. He wrote a letter to his Guru Maharaj when he was in Puri. Guru Maharaj in Puri, he wrote a letter. Your sannyasi disciples are doing so much of service, they are always next to you and you are guiding them personally. I am at home doing a business and so many things, so please let me know, how can I serve you? So that is the question he asked. And when the reply came, it was preach in English. Same thing repeatedly he was telling, preach in English, preach in English. So, and Prabhupada took it to his heart and then he executed the order. He wrote English books, he spoke English lectures, isn't it? And then he established temples in the English world. America, Europe, UK, so many places he established the temples, isn't it? He followed that order. And it was pleasing to his Guru Maharaj. And Prabhupada also expected that we follow his orders. And then he will be pleased. So one should take one's order of the spiritual master very seriously and say, yes, sir. But our conditioned consciousness may become an obstacle. So what one should do? Right? What one should do? When there is a resistance. Did you any time experience resistance to doing any service? Nobody? You are doing so happily. Oh, Joe, whatever you say, I am surrendered to you. Oh, my superior. Why that resistance comes? I told something about ego and our likes and dislikes. Is there any other reason why that resistance can be there for executing some service?
Come out of our comfort zone.
I want to be comfortable. I want to be comfortable. I don't want to come out of my comfort zone. That's what you are telling? Yeah. So we want to be comfortable. So one doesn't want to step out. Right? पूरी टेम्पल अच्छा प्रसाद मिलता है, टाइम पे मिलता है, गरम गरम मिलता है. Right? If I go to that far place, no, I have to cook, I have to preach, I have to do everything. Let me be comfortable here. There is little resistance to take that extra, we can say trouble to please Guru Maharaj. No? But Prabhupada went all the way to America. No center there, no devotee also. No dabba prasad, no tiffin prasad, nobody to cook, no assistant. Prabhupada went all the way, all alone, 70 years old. But and we are 17 or 20, 25, 30, and we put so many conditions. पूरी प्रसाद मिलेगा ना, कुक है ना, हाँ, और नो मॉर्निंग क्लास होता है ना, ये होता है ना, वो होता है ना, so many conditions. Then approach. But Prabhupada's disciples, they went to one country alone, or with just one partner and established centers, preached, isn't it? So we have to come out of the comfort zone to please spiritual master, isn't it? Yeah, thank you. Any other? Why there may be resistance?
We have our own plans and those instructions are not
Okay, I have my plan. If the instruction aligns with my plan, yes, sir, I'll do it happily. But if instruction doesn't align with my plan, I'm not ready to change my plan. So that may be another um, obstacle, resistance to executing the order of the spiritual master. So what one should do in that case? And my instruction has come, but my job doesn't allow this to do this service. Am I ready to change my job? Or am I ready to change my place of work? Am I ready to change my situation to align so that I can fulfill the order of my Guru? Am I malleable or am I rigid? Right? So disciple should be malleable, moldable, not rigid. If he is very rigid, then it will happen that no, will not be. Guru may give one or two instructions, and if he sees that there is great resistance, then he will stop giving instructions. It's okay, just chant Hare Krishna 16 notes, be happy. Take prasad, follow 4 great principles. But he will not give something more specific. And he will be happy with whatever you do. But if somebody can mold himself, malleable, and take the extra trouble to execute the order of Guru, then Guru will be more happy, isn't it? So Guru will be very happy with that kind of attitude of malleability. Yeah. Any other? So these are some things which we need to, which can act as a resistance. Now, immediately one may not be able to follow the order of the Guru sometimes. It may happen that because of some situation, circumstance, immediately it may not be possible. But one should not ignore the order. One should not reject the order. One should have the desire to fulfill that order. And at the right time, one should execute that order. Like for example, Srila Prabhupada was given the order to preach in 1922. And Prabhupada admitted with great humility that I cannot do it now. Right now I have some responsibilities of family and children. So I cannot give up my home. But I want to do this service. I will do this service. And at the right time. And his desire was there in the heart that I want to do this service. In future, I'll surely do. So in this way, he kept the instruction in his heart, and in 1965, he executed the order. He went to the West. So it took a long time. You may say, how many years? Almost 43 years to actually execute the order. But when he executed the order, it was beyond expectations. The way he executed the order was beyond expectation. He exceeded the expectation, doesn't it? He didn't even, not only preached in the Western world, he also preached in the Eastern world and everywhere and all over India. So in this way, Prabhupada, Jai Shri Shri Radha Vinod Ji ki Jai, Shri Shri Jagannath Bade Sudar Maharani ki Jai, Shri Shri Nityananda Natur Gaur Sundar ki Jai, Srila Prabhupada ki Jai. So immediately he was not able to do, but he executed it at the right time and he did it. So some instructions one can immediately execute, or some instructions may need time, and Guru also knows that it is not immediately possible. You know, that it is not immediately. Bhaktisiddhanta Saraswati also was trying. He sent his other disciples, sannyasi disciples, and he knew it was tough, but he knew that it is possible. It is going to happen, it will happen, he knew. Lord Chaitanya also predicted, Pritivati Achayati Nagaradiram Saratra Have Prachar Moranam. He knew that it will happen. But Lord predicted in 500 years ago, and that happened after almost 400 years later. One disciple went. Bhaktisiddhanta sent some disciples. Then Prabhupada went and created revolution. And now many devotees are going and preaching all over the world. And preaching is further expanding. So it is going to happen. Prithivite Achiyate, every town and village, it will happen. And one devotee came to Kalburgi, and he came from US. Then he came and he saw our center. He came first time to our center. He said, I am surprised, he said. It's not surprising to have center in America, but in this town, to have a center, it is surprising. Because the demographical situation in that area is a little different. And people were skeptical whether Krishna consciousness will receive such kind of acceptance. Yeah, many other devotees were skeptical, but seeing the response, he was surprised. So it will happen. In every town and village, it will happen. And even in unexpected places, it will happen. We should have faith. And we should put our little bit endeavor. Our desire should be there to preach. And then you will see miracles will happen through you. And beyond your expectations, you will get the results. So, one should have faith in order of Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, in the order of the spiritual master, and try to execute that order, right? Having faith in that. Actually, in words of Guru, one should have blind faith. In words of bona fide Guru, one should put faith. Dhavan nimilyava netre, na pated, na skaledya, right? That's mentioned there. Even if somebody doesn't know Shruti, Smriti, he is ignorant of the Shastras, but if he has faith in Guru, that is sufficient. Yasya deve para bhaktir, yatha deve thatha guru, tasyaite katita hirtaha prakashante mahatmanaha. Right? One who has faith in Krishna and one has faith in the order of the spiritual master, Tatha Guru. Tasyaite katita hirti. All the meanings of the Vedic scriptures will be revealed in his heart. It's mentioned like that. So one can have blind faith in the order of a bona fide spiritual master. Or before accepting Guru, one should doubt. One should ask questions. But once you accept, once you surrender, one should have faith, and one should go on serving the order of the spiritual master. Then you will see all success will come. This is a secret actually. Have faith in the order of the Guru, and then success will come. But if one has doubt, right, those devotees who doubt the order of Guru, you will see they'll not be able to take steps with the leaps of faith in their service because of doubt. So the faith is the most important criteria, Shraddha. Srila Prabhupada had full faith in the order of his Guru. Tarai cha balavan paschatete than than sakalai loi Krishna na. Right? Prativite nagaradi asamudra nadanadis. Hoi jate gaurangera na. He knew, Prabhupada knew that his desire is balavan. Tarai cha balavan. Guru's desire is very strong. Bhaktisiddhanta Saraswati, he tried so much. He wrote in English, he preached in English, and he made his many English-speaking devotees into sannyasis, and had tried vigorously. He also tried vigorously to expand in the Western world. But then he expected some of his disciples to take over. So, and that happened. So, Taraicha Bhalavan, very strong desire. And Prabhupada's desire was also very strong to preach Krishna consciousness. So, and he expected his disciples also to carry out the order and then take Krishna consciousness all over the world. And now it's happening. And Prabhupada's disciples' desire is also very strong. They expect all of us to take this ahead. Right? We should not stay comfortable. They have done hard work and we have so many temples, so much facilities. We don't have to struggle like them. Right? You can read their biographies and see how much struggle, how Russian preaching expanded, and how the American preaching expanded in the initial days, how African preaching, Japanese preaching, and so it is struggle that they shed, we can say, tons of their blood to make all this, and we are nicely enjoying. But we should not remain comfortable. We should imbibe their spirit, right? We should imbibe the spirit and also become like them and try to please them by taking responsibilities. No? Now you will see that all the Prabhupada disciples are above 70, 75 years old, and still they are working hard. Still they are traveling countries, right? Even in this old age, sometimes alone they are traveling, right? So why? Because they want to please Prabhupada, right? One of the thoughts which haunts them is, when I go back, what will I tell Prabhupada? What have you done for me? And their only desire is to please their spiritual master. So that's why, to please their guru, they want to do something, show something. So that same spirit we should also have. What will I tell my Guru Maharaj if he asks, what are you doing? And yesterday one devotee was telling me, Prabhu, I was just thinking yesterday, what am I doing? What am I doing in temple? I'm just doing some prasadam serving. I'm not taking any responsibility. I'm not doing anything for my Guru Maharaj. If somebody, Guru, comes and asks me, what are you doing? What will I tell? Right? So then you have to improve. Now I'll do something. Right? So this is a very good thought. That what am I doing for? I'm taking so much from Prabhupada and his movement. What am I giving back? What am I doing? So one should have this thought and then try to do something. Take some responsibility, small or big, and try to do more and more. And then Krishna will empower. When you have this desire, Krishna will empower. Nothing is impossible in this world. Krishna will empower, and then he will get many services done through you. Just become an instrument. One should not think that I am the doer. One should think that I am the instrument in this service. When impossible things also become possible. Right? There are so many services to be done, not one or two. Hundreds of services are there which need attention and improvement and service. Some are new services to be done. Like recently our Back to Godhead was stopped. Last year, now it is revived. It's Kaustubh took up that service. It's Kannada Back to Godhead magazine in our language. It stopped because of some reasons, but now it is revived. So know that we want to improve it and grow it, and then have thousands and thousands of books circulated. So that's a very good way to connect with people. Digital media is there, but print media is also no less. Still people see and read print media, so they want, so we can revive. And so like these small things are there which we can take up and do and contribute for the services. So Priyarat Maharaj said, yes sir, I shall carry out your order. And next verse says that this service was done unhesitatingly. Okay, it was done unhesitatingly, and neither Narada Muni nor Priyarat Maharaj had any objection. And Narada Muni wanted Priyavrata, he trained him as a brahmachari, but Brahmaji is coming and telling, you get married, you do a job. And Narada Muni must have felt, अरे इतना training, इतना मेहनत किया मैंने, अब चला गया. He is not feeling like that. He is my Brahmaji is telling, why should I have any objection? So he also had no grudge in his heart. Bhagavan api manuna yathavad upakalpita pachiti priyavrata naradayor avishamam. Priyavrata Narada had no grudge in their heart. Avishamam. Avisamikshamaanayor atmasam avasthanam avan manasam kshayam avyavahartam pravartayan agamat. This prose form, these shlokas are have to be read, not sung. So, Lord Brahma was then worshipped by Manu, who respectfully satisfied him as well as he could. Priyavrata and Narada also looked upon Brahma with no tinges of resentment, avishamam. Having engaged Priyavrata in accepting his father's request, Lord Brahma returned to his abode Satyaloka, which is indescribable by the endeavor of mundane mind or words. So 2 points in this verse. First point is, Narada and Priyavrata had no objections, no resentment, not even a tinge of resentment. Yes, sir. So they very happily accepted the order. And second thing is, the glory of Brahmaloka is being described in this verse. So let's read the purport. Manu was certainly very satisfied that Lord Brahma had persuaded his son Priyavrata to take up the responsibility of ruling the world. Priyavrata and Narada were also very satisfied. Although Brahma had forced Priyavrata to accept the management of worldly affairs, thus breaking his vow to remain brahmachari and completely engaged in devotional service, Narada and Priyavrata did not look upon Brahma with resentment. So there should be no resentment. Sometimes somebody may be forced to take renounced order, like Prabhupada was forced to take renounced order. By whom? By his Guru Maharaj. Take sannyas, take sannyas. And Prabhupada was initially feeling, how can I take sannyas? It is so difficult. I have to cut off all the ties. But then when he talked to his friend, God brother, so then God brother said, yes, you should take sannyas. It is the will of your Guru Maharaj, and without resentment you should accept sannyas and preach. So that was also order of Guru. Without resentment he followed. And here also getting married is also an order. So according to a person, according to the need of the service or according to the nature of the person, the instruction may be given and one should not have any objection for executing that order. Both ashramas are wonderful if one can do service. It depends upon. It's not that one gets married and does the sense gratification. Later, next slokas, you will see what kind of service Priyavrata Maharaj did. He made whole earth Krishna conscious. 24/7. Okay. Generally, we practice Krishna consciousness in the daytime, night we sleep. But later you will see Priyavrata Maharaj, what he did? He made 24 hours daylight. 24 hours daylight and nobody was sleeping. They were constantly doing devotional service, just like in spiritual world. He created that kind of environment. He became a second sun giving light to the entire world, and he completely removed darkness from this world. Amazing, no? And then Shukadeva Maharaj says, not so amazing, because for a devotee who is surrendered to Krishna, nothing is impossible. Right? So that particular verse comes later, you will see that. So, Narada was not at all sorry that he had been frustrated in making Priyavrata a disciple. Both Priyavrata and Narada were exalted personalities who knew how to respect Lord Brahma. Therefore, instead of looking upon Brahma with resentment, they very feelingly offered him their respect. Lord Brahma returned to his celestial abode known as Satyaloka, which is described here as being impeccable and being unapproachable by words. So here gradation of authority is there. So there is Priyavrata, above him there is Manu and Narada. You can put them at same level, and then above them is Brahma. So sometimes, when Manu Maharaj came and instructed Priyavrata, beta thoda ghar aa jao, take up responsibility of this kingdom, rule the kingdom. Priyavrata was a little resistant. I like to be renounced. I don't want to gratify my senses. He was thinking like that. There was a tinge of resistance at that time. But when superior authority came, Brahmaji came, and then he said, can you please do it? Yes, sir. So when sometimes there is resistance, then we should also approach a superior authority and try to understand the plan. Sometimes it so happens that we don't understand the broader plan. And then we think, why it looks so... Sometimes we have resistance to the service, or sometimes we don't understand the value of that service. Prabhuji bole ki isko idhar uta ke idhar rakh do. So Guru, senior might have told, ये table उठाओ उधर रखो. इतना छोटा चीज मैं करूँ, कोई भी कर सकता है. But you may not understand the broader plan. what he may be having. So then we'll not. So if you try to understand the broader plan of the Guru Maharaj, then you will see that he will do it very happily, isn't it? So, just like one example in GV in Govardhaniko village. So His Holiness Radhana Swami Maharaj, he is leading that project. He came and then he was just seeing and he said, we should have, so we have Goshala there is Goshala. We should have a place where some donkeys can stay and there should be a place where some dogs should be staying. Do it before this date. Maharaj gave his order to one brahmachari. Brahmachari is telling, gadhe ko leke aana hai, idhar rakhna hai. So there was what? Resistance. मैं क्यों ऐसे करूँ? मैं ये करने के लिए आऊँ क्या इधर? गधा रखने के लिए आऊँ क्या इधर? It may come initially, such kind of thought. And dogs, oh, chi, why should I give dogs and cows? Okay, I'm happy. I will embrace the cows, I will clean the cows. But dog? No. That kind of resistance was there. Because he did not understand the broader plan which Maharaj had. So then he asked some other devotees, Gaurangpur and others, gada leke aane idhar? Kyun bole Maharaj aise? Then they explained, see, Maharaj is preaching to West. And then Westerners are going to come in the month of December, January. And they have a lot of affection for dogs. They don't have affection for cows in the Western world. Only in India we find a lot of affection for cows. Go puja, go seva hota hai. But there, dog puja, dog seva hota hai. And when they come here, they will look for dogs. That is natural. Indians, we are not, of course, now modern Indians are having that affection for dogs. But traditionally, dogs were kept outside and cows were inside the home. Isn't it? That is the culture. And if people from the West have to relate with the culture in the East, there should be some bridging things. So let's have some other animals also. And now there are ducks and swans also there in GV. Maharaj got them to show them that we care for all. Not just cows, but we care for dogs also, swans also, birds also, and donkeys also, and animals also. Because people in the West have impression that donkeys are exploited in India. Gadhe ke upar dalo, kya wait, and then use them for service. So that kind of impression people have sometimes. So we want to change the impression, say that we care for all. And when those people came and then they saw all this, oh, they are amazed. Yes, you people are genuine, you care for all. And then Maharaj from there he was doing follow-up. Is it ready? Is it ready? So then things were done. So then the program happened nicely. So sometimes there will be resistance because we don't know what is the broader plan. And even when Srila Prabhupada's time also, Prabhupada gave targets and they were impossible targets. But Prabhupada had a plan. As for example, Chaitanya Charitamrita. I want this 18 volumes printed in 2 months. Impossible. Even if I was there, I would say impossible. And disciples also said it is impossible. But Prabhupada said, don't tell me this. Impossible word in Fool's Dictionary. Then he just went silent and he walked off. And disciples did it. So one should never say impossible. One should say how to do it. One should make a plan how to execute it. And if you have this attitude, then you will blissfully do the service. If you doubt, then you will see that the service will not be done and then the broader plan which is there will not be achieved. And what is the broader plan? Every town and village, Krishna consciousness should spread. That is one plan. Another plan is I should purify my heart and go back to Godhead. So this is the ultimate plan. So that will be achieved if we execute the service without any resentment. So one should try to understand the broader plan also. It is stated in this verse that Lord Brahma returned to his residence, which is as important as his own personality. Lord Brahma is the creator of this universe and the most exalted personality within it. His lifetime is described in Bhagavad Gita, Sahasra Yuga Paryantam Aparit Brahmano Viduhu. The total duration of the 4 yugas is 4,300,000 years, and when that is multiplied 1,000 times, it equals 12 hours in the life of Brahma. Therefore, we cannot factually comprehend even 12 hours of Lord Brahma's life, to say nothing of the 100 years that constitute his entire lifetime. 311 trillion, 40 billion years. That is the life of Brahma. Ours is just 70, 80 years. 311 trillion, 40 billion years. Beyond comprehension. How then can we understand his abode? The Vedic literatures describe that in Satyaloka there is no birth, death, old age or disease. In other words, since Satyaloka is situated next to Brahmaloka or the Brahman effulgence, it is almost as good as Vaikuntha-loka. Lord Brahma's abode is practically indescribable from our present status. Therefore, it is described as Avan Manasa Gochara, or beyond the description of our words and the imagination of our minds. The Vedic literatures thus describe the abode of Lord Brahma. Yadvai parardhyam tad uparameshtyam na yatra shoko na jara na mrityur na ratir na chodvegaha. In Satyaloka, which is situated many millions and billions of years away, there is no lamentation, no shoka, nor there is old age, no jara, nor death, no mrityu, no narti, anxiety, or the influence of enemies, udvega. There is no disturbance by the enemies there. So that is the abode of Satyaloka. Demons can disturb up to Swargaloka only. Demons, Hiranyakashipu, Hiranyaksha, they are disturbed up to Swargaloka. Maharloka, Janaloka, Tapaloka, Satyaloka, they can't disturb. They are beyond their scope. So, that is as good as Brahmaloka or spiritual world. That's what this verse is telling. And we cannot describe it by our words, or our mind cannot comprehend it. So, this is the Satyaloka. Hare Krishna. So today basically we discussed 2 points mainly, that how one should execute the order of the spiritual master without any resistance and try to understand the broader picture, plan of the spiritual master. And second thing is the glory of Brahmaloka is being described. Hare Krishna. Any comments?